December City of Leavenworth Planning Commission. Call this meeting to order. 7 total members, 4 of them are here. We have a quorum. So was everyone able to review the minutes that were sent out? Any questions, comments, edits, or concerns with the minutes? No?
Sir?
None?
No concerns.
All right, I'll take a motion to approve the minutes.
I move we approve the minutes.
Second it.
All in favor of approving minutes, say aye.
Aye.
None opposed. All right, there is no old business today. Our new business, one item. Conduct a public hearing for case number 2022-34 SUP, address 723 South 10th Street. The applicants are asking for a special use permit to allow residential homestay in the R1-6 zoning district located at 723 South 10th Street. Residential homestays are allowed in the R16 zone district with the approval of special use permit. Staff?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chairman. As you said, this is a request for a special use permit to allow residential homestay at 723 South 10th Street. Property is zoned R16, and they are allowed in the R16 zoning district with approval of a special use permit. So again, the definition of residential homestay is essentially to allow short-term rental, such as an Airbnb or VRBO type of business. So the applicant has indicated that they intend to use the home for short-term rentals, focusing on military housing or families relocating to and from Leavenworth with the military, just in addition to anyone else visiting the area who might want this type of property for their stay. The property does provide a driveway for off-street parking. And let me just, got the Google Street View. This is the driveway to it, so you can see it's a pretty deep driveway. There's plenty of room for cars to get in there and park off-street. And there is a fenced backyard as well for the use of the property. So there are 4 findings that we need to go through for a special use permit approval. I'll just run through those for you. The first is that the proposed special use complies with all applicable provisions of the ordinance. Staff does believe that this application complies with all provisions of the development regulations. The next is that the proposed special use at the specified location will contribute to and promote the economic development, welfare, or convenience to the public. Short-term rentals do fulfill an economic need of the community by providing an additional housing option for visitors or even residents in the community, so it does meet that criteria. The third is that the special use will not cause substantial injury to the value of other property in the neighborhood in which it's located. Staff does not feel that the proposed use will cause any substantial injury to the value of the neighborhood. It will continue to look and function as a single-family home. And the fourth is that the location and size of the special use, the nature and intensity of the operation involved in or conducted in connection with it, and the location of the site with respect to streets giving access to it are such that the special use will not dominate the immediate neighborhood so as to prevent development and use of neighboring property in accordance with the applicable zoning district regulations. There are no new structures or any building proposed with this use. Again, it will just continue to look and function as the existing single-family home that is there. Staff did send out notification to property owners within 200 feet as required by state statute, and we had no questions or comments after we sent those out. And we have had a couple of other short-term or residential homestay special use permit applications, and the question has come up from the commission if these are subject to the city's transient guest tax. I checked with the city clerk. They are subject to the transient guest tax, and that's collected through the standard taxing procedure through the city. So if you have any questions for me, I can answer those for you, and the applicant is here as well.
Commissioners, any questions of staff?
I just have a quick one. Do you know how many of these are permitted at the moment within the city?
So I believe this is the 4th request that we've had come through. That doesn't mean there aren't others
Right.
operating. But this is, I believe, the 4th request that we have had come through.
Got the same question, thank you. You have a question? Just on some verbiage here, Julie.
Sure.
Just on item number 1, proposed special use complies with all applicable provisions of this ordinance. You put staff believes. Is there more to that, or is
No,
there records
that's
that we
just
just
kind
can't?
of standard legal, we've reviewed the regulations, everything we've seen, it complies with it. That's not to say there may be something that we're not aware of that
Okay.
wouldn't comply, but everything that we've seen and are aware of with this complies with all the regulations.
Thanks for clarifying.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Is this permanent if we change this? Or
So
could
this-
it be?
A special use does go with the property. Any special use permit is required to renew annually with the city clerk.
Okay.
And so when these are approved by the city commission, sort of the provision that comes with that is that if there's any basically issues that come up throughout the year, so say the police are called out to this every week, then at the time of special use permit renewal, that annual process with the city clerk, then the city commission would have the opportunity to say, hey, we want to pull this back and look at it, or revoke.
That was my issue, because in my neighborhood, we had a illegal B&B and a
Okay.
crazy party one night, and
Yeah, so
they
if
tried to get
it,
special use
and
afterwards, and it was.
I'm not sure where you live, but if it's one that did have a special use permit, it is, again, something that when that comes up for annual renewal with the city clerk, that we could take a look at
Okay.
again.
And do the owners have the ability to come back and, let's say 6 months from now, they've got it, they're working it, and they're making nothing off of it, nobody's staying there. Do they have the option to come back and reestablish living in the home and exclude?
Yes, so, just because there's a special use permit to allow a residential homestay doesn't mean it has to be that. So the owners could certainly choose to live there, they could choose to rent it out just as a standard, annual lease type rental property.
Okay.
This just allows that use, it doesn't require that use.
All right. And I believe I read that the owners would not be in the home while renting it. Is that?
Yeah, I believe that's the case, and
We
again,
can
the owners are here if
okay.
you had
As soon
any
as we open
questions
this
about
up.
theirs, yeah.
Great, okay. Any more questions?
Of staff.
All right, we'll open this up for public hearing. And I believe we have the owners with us, right? If you would, one of you can come up here, you'll state your name, give us your address as well, and then kind of present what you're preparing to do here, and then we will ask you questions as we see fit.
Chris Wilson, the address is 10,
723 South 10th Street.
yeah. And what it is, it's, we've cleaned it up in the front, it looks really nice now, but, and the inside of the house is beautiful. And we've never done the Airbnb, we've done rentals for a long time. And had good luck with it. She sells real estate, and she actually sells quite a few properties here in Leavenworth, and has a pretty good connection with the military base with finding people, homes here and stuff like that. But a lot of them have families that come in just for, 2 weeks at a time or something like that. And it's kind of a good thing for that. That was kind of our intentions. Hopefully it's open to anybody, but there's kind of a demand for that around here. And so, I don't know, we're just hoping to see if maybe this is a different alternative to just the monthly rental.
Any questions of these two?
Does your lease preclude people from having parties?
Those are
Are they allowed to have parties?
No.
Or what?
Oh,
Okay.
no.
It's specified?
Yes, we've.
Okay.
We got a lot of money in that.
Sounds like it. Sounds like it.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, no, it will, no
Okay.
parties. The tenants will be screened, whether it's short-term, whether it's long-term, whatever. We have a whole screening process, and so,
Is it handicap accessible?
yes.
Any other commissioners have any questions? No. All right, thank you for your time.
yeah, thank you.
You can have a seat now. We'll close the public hearing. We have no others in the room to speak on it. So that said, commissioners, conversation, anything?
Not for me.
Yeah, myself either. Okay, so with that, we have three options in front of us. We can make a motion based upon findings as stated and conditions as printed to recommend approval to the city commission We can make a motion to recommend denial to the city commission, or we can table this issue for further or additional information consideration. That said, I will take a motion.
Okay, I move that the request for special use permit be considered and
The recommendation.
sent to the
Okay, so you recommend
commission.
approval? All right, is there a second to that?
I'll second that.
All right, second's been mentioned. All in favor recommending approval, please say aye.
Aye.
And aye. None opposed. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And from here, again,
Yep,
we've done
so-
our part.
This will go to the city commission for final approval, and I will check on the date and get back with you guys. The city commission, always cancels the last meeting of December just because of the holidays, so I will check on the date, and Michelle or I will get with you on that, and then you'll be all set.
Okay,
Awesome.
wonderful,
All
thank you.
right, thanks.
With nothing further, Julie, you have anything further?
We do not have anything. Just reminder of some terms that are expiring next year. James and Joe, both of yours expire May 1st, so not looking for an answer now. Just kind of keep that in mind and let us know, after the first year sometime if you want to continue, which we would love, or if you'd like to roll off. And then, do we have anything for January? So we will not have a January meeting.
Well, that sounds good. Are we on a month by month? Are we on a month by month come May, or is this another 1 or 2 year extension? What is that?
It would be, it's a 3-year.
3 years.
Yeah.
It's
And
been
so we,
3 years already, James.
we have had members.
Can we renew our contract?
On other boards, and I think even on planning commission in the past, who don't necessarily want to do 3 years, but are willing to do another year. And we'll go ahead and have you reappointed if that would be the case, and then just you resign at whatever point. Like, I know we've got someone on another board who's doing that, and we're certainly, appreciative of any time that you're willing to give us.
Appreciate you.
If I do 3 more years, well, I get paid 3 times as much.
You absolutely will.
Absolutely.
3 times of 0.
All right, nothing further. This adjourns our 5 December meeting. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Everybody have a good Christmas.
Thank you. Merry Christmas.